I think as a young professional, embarking on a new job or new career, and they're trying to figure out, what professionalism is or how they should, conduct themselves in a new environment. I think the key things to keep in mind are, first, each place is going to expect a different level of professionalism, what the standard is at your place of work. And, I think something that could be helpful is identifying someone that you admire or someone you want to model. And analyzing how they navigate through their work environment, or maybe connecting with them and asking them to be your mentor, for example. So in addition to being adaptive to the professional standard of the work environment, and maybe connecting with someone to learn how to model professionalism, I think it's also important to be dedicated to the work, to show up, to be present, to acknowledge that you don't know everything, to accept failure as part of the learning process. And to overcome it, right? It's always about how you overcome the failure, how you, not necessarily react, but how you engage in solving, whatever problems come your way. So being dedicated, being present, failing, succeeding, I think all of those things are part of, showing up and being professional in your workplace. Learning and making mistakes. It's also important to create a structure for yourself. Such as like a goal schedule or a task schedule for things that you want to meet that week or that month. That way you're hitting benchmarks and you're understanding, maybe I need to work more in these areas, or I'm excelling in these areas. But having goals and reaching them, shows that you're professional, you're present, you're working towards something, and you're trying to improve. Ultimately, you want to show dedication to your work. You want to be someone that's reliable, even though you may not know everything. So it's important to do due diligence, to ask questions, to be prepared with the questions that you want to ask when you don't know something. Those are my recommendations for someone engaging or embarking on this new journey is, be present, be positive, and understand that there's going to be learning that you're going to have to do along the way.
Hey, I'm Abu. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Vanllelyn. Nice to meet you.
So one question I wanted to ask was, what are some behaviors or habits that signal someone is a true professional?
Sure. So I think it's very important to be good at the basics. So simple things like introducing yourself, handshakes, eye contact, the professional attire expected of you. Each work environment is different, so there's a different level of standards of professional attire, etc. But I think also something that is important to keep in mind is we're in a new digital age where remote work is very prevalent, and so having good video hygiene or being punctual when you're attending virtual meetings or in-person meetings, having camera presence, and being confident in your agency in both virtual spaces and in-person spaces. You want to be someone that others can rely on.
So, final question. How do you stay motivated and maintain a strong work ethic?
So much pressure to put on ourselves to think that we're going to be motivated every day. I don't think that's realistic. I think motivation is fleeting like happiness. It comes and goes. But I mentioned earlier, similar to the previous question, having that structure in place is really what helps you keep going, right? Having an understanding of what tasks you got to do today, what do you have coming that month, having that structure to help guide you and orient you to finish a task, or engage, with your fellow colleagues, etc. But I think that you can find motivation in things. But I think it's important, not to expect of yourself that you're going to be motivated all the time. I think motivation is a beautiful thing, and it's fuel. But there's different types of fuel, and I think we often forget that. And so that's what I would consider when thinking about motivation. Is it's a type of fuel, but there's other fuels that you can pull from, when you're going through your everyday at work.
Thank you for watching. As you're thinking about the next steps in designing your life and career path, consider making an appointment with a career advisor in the University Career Center by visiting the University Career Center website. You may also explore career readiness best practices by visiting the National Association of Colleges and Employers, or NACE website. While we know most career paths are not linear, the University Career Center is here to help you build resilience, embrace uncertainty, and develop a multi-pronged plan that will help you achieve your life and career goals. Through thoughtful consideration and planning, we know life's journey will take you exactly where you need to be. Cheers. Thank you to our sponsors, Blackstone Launchpad.